Hello guys, I'm Vasco. I'm working for Moxie, and I've been working in GS IPFS for the last almost 2 months. This week, my objective was to finish the work I've been doing before regarding the service worker gateway running in. This is running the IPFS node in the service worker, using it for a gateway. Before starting the service worker gateway, I'm just saying that it was also really cool, the IPNS and peer-to-peer discussion. It also helped me a lot and was one of the discussions that I wanted to have. Okay, so in the service worker gateway, there are several types of files that we need to consider in this gateway. So we can start by checking the current IPFS.io gateway. There you can have things like simple text files or directories with several other directories or files where you can open a file. And you can also have directories which have an entry page like an index.html. When you open, it will redirect to the index.html page. So I will run my Okay, when you start the GS IPFS.io, it's not supposed that the IPFS node starts immediately running unless the user decides that he wants to use the service worker. So if I go to IPFS/hash, I can't get there. However, if I start the service worker, I can show you that the service worker is running. Yeah, it is here, and it is activated and running. And now if you go to a simple hash, for example, for the simple file, we can go there, /IPFS/hash. And with this, we don't need to contact with the server to afterwards do the query to the daemon. It automatically is running in the service worker. Now I can show you the other types, the directory. Yeah, and it is possible to, as the other one, open files. I created a new repository to this templating, and then I will change the GS IPFS to also use the same repo, because now the code is duplicated, but I created the repo just for afterward migrating the other one. For the simple website, it loaded, as I went to the hash of the main directory, it loaded the index.html and also the index CSS that was in the directory. And it's pretty much this. Anyone has a question?
Which are the times when running a service worker is really advantageous? I'm guessing like whenever doing any hashing and doing crypto, but are there other, like, does this enable any kind of loading of pages that was hard to do before?
Yeah, I didn't show another thing that it's kind of related. We can also contact the node inside the client. This is, for example, now here I have a button that will just enable service worker where I can do IPFS.id, and I can contact also directly the. Oh, it's not working now. Let me check if it's running. Work. Okay. Okay. It's okay now. So with the node running the service worker, we can contact it directly in the client side without any need to contact to the server. So it will improve a lot, I think, in the client side.
So does that mean we can make like a single page that's, if you don't have anything installed, you view this one page and then you get JS IPFS in the service worker, and then you can browse the web. It's kind of like a browser within a browser.
Yes, yeah, you can do that, yeah.
And there is a thing that is still getting done in the standards, which is the fork fetch for service workers. So right now, like if this got deployed to just IPFS.io, you'll be able to use just IPFS.io as an IPFS gateway through the service worker.
Yep.
But then if I have like domain.com fetching like an image from js.ipfs.io, the service worker will not fetch it, it will like hit the server. But like when fork fetch is enabled on the browser, then the service worker can like be the CDN like through IPFS to all the static assets. And then we have a service worker that's an IPFS node that can be discovered locally, serving the same assets for all the web pages. So that's what we'll make.
Very cool.
Yeah. Any more questions? Little.
Yeah, like kind of related about the directory listing is extracted to separate project.
Yeah, I created a new repo just for deciding which type of file it is, and if it needs any templating, it also returns the template immediately.
Yeah, like I asked mostly because we probably want the same look and feel for the public gateway exposed by the Go IPFS for like service worker, and also when we'll eventually land, spoiler, native protocol browser, also browser will generate listing itself. So we want all those places look like the same.
Yeah, that's why I created the repo. Yeah, I think that it makes sense to all use the same. I had the idea of deploying it. I haven't deployed it yet, but even today or tomorrow at least, I will have in js.ipfs.io the service worker deployed. I just have to sync with Pedro because he is also working in the JS IPFS landing page, and I will deploy it. Then you can try it yourselves.
Yeah, so it will be on js.ipfs.io, the soon-to-be web page of JS IPFS, and then people will have a switch. We can switch between like a remote JS IPFS daemon gateway or an in-service worker.
Nice.
And the idea is also to have like a stats page, like a / service worker.
Yeah.
And like we need to find an animation for this, but like think about like the Prius when you have like the energy coming from the battery or from the engine, and you can see like the data coming from the remote gateway or the local one.
We need that in.
And like make it very close, like oh it's local.
We need that in.
Yeah, the.
Yeah, like that we can reuse that.
Yes.
Are you bounded in the amount of storage so you can store it on service worker?
Same thing for the browser. Like you get a quota from your like so the browser, depending if it's Firefox or Chrome. Like in Chrome, you get like 20% of the free space that is on this for the browser, and then the browser will divide it by the number of times that you have it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's not much.
Yeah, that's what we use Windows
I don't know. I don't think you use it.
What? I didn't understand.
I'm just wondering whether we could reimagine. We've got a window.ipfs fallback module that is expected to be used in the web page that will use an external IPFS daemon where available, and it will do the proxying for you. And I'm just wondering if we could also make that work for the service worker, so it would use an embedded one, or
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah, I think it's probably the way to go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like with the service worker, I think we could just let people use like ipfs.io/ipfs/hash, and then if the service worker is running, we can just capture that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would be like a migration step.
So
we
good.
don't have to like deploy anything. People don't have to change it.
Ooh,
Just
that's
install
nice.
the service worker.
That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. And the next steps, as David said, is the logs page where we can check what is going on, and also I also wanted to add a cache mechanism with the service worker. I have also to discuss and decide what's the criterion for that, but it's pretty easy to implement, but I would not cache, for example, a 1 GB file there. I have to, I don't know, decide or discuss with other people with what is a reasonable size.
It's kind of like the cluster logic. We can like have a way to decide amongst like a room of nodes, like who's storing what, and like calculate share that space.
Yeah.
And if you can extract that from cluster, like so that you can apply to other apps, I think it would be very useful.
On the storage limits, like, there's also a nice story there where it's like you get whatever the browser gives you as the storage limit by default. But if you need bigger, then install IPFS companion and then like install a local Go daemon. But like there's a story there. It's like it works out the box, but if you need big files, go and
That's a good one.
Sounds great.
All right.
You can
All right.
install the service worker from the web UI.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Thank you.